Brexit negotiations will move to Brussels this week before a major update is provided as time ticks for a deal to be agreed. In September, Prime Minister Boris Johnson gave the bloc until October 15 to agree on a trade deal, but that deadline came and went with no agreement. Crucial talks continued in London last week and will now move to Brussels. Talks are reportedly set to last only until mid-week, as sources on both sides said they are trying to avoid a damaging trade rupture. An EU diplomatic source and a UK official said the negotiations will continue face-to-face Brussels from tomorrow after a weekend of talks. On either Wednesday or Thursday this week, a crucial update on their progress and the chances of a trade deal is expected. These last-minute talks are a final attempt to seal a new trading agreement. In just 9 weeks, the UK will leave the EU without a deal in place, as the transition period is set to come to an end on December 31. The UK formally left the EU back in January, but crucial trade talks have been deadlocked for months as either side have failed to come to any agreement. One of the main disputes in the negotiations is fishing, as the EU wants to maintain its rights to Britain's fishing waters. Under the controversial Commons Fisheries Policy (CFP), all member states are given access to EU waters via quotas. As the UK has a large coastal area, critics have often argued the system is unfair. State aid has also been an issue during negotiations, with the EU urging the UK to sign up to its regulations and rules. The UK government has argued it wants to set its own rules on the state support given to businesses. Last month, Cabinet Office Minister Michael Gove lashed out at Wales's Minister for European Transition, Jeremy Miles, claiming Britain will not back down on demands over fisheries. He said, "I am afraid we strongly disagree with your premise that we should back down on fisheries." The UK government's view is that in all circumstances, the UK must be an independent coastal state, no longer be bound by the common fisheries policy. Mr. Gove argued Britain is seeking a separate fisheries framework agreement, which reflect the country's international law rights. He continued, "This is squarely in line with the precedent of the EU's fisheries agreement with Norway."